Today we're doing a recipe makeover, Tres Leches cake, which everyone knows. It's a great recipe, but we wanted to add some more adult flavors to it. We found a recipe for a Mexican eggnog. So we're gonna add cinnamon and nutmeg. We're gonna add white rum to it, which makes it more adult. And then with the whipped cream topping, we're gonna add some sour cream as well. So a little sourness, a little fortification with white rum. And now we're turning a great dessert into something that's a little bit more adult friendly. With the world's cutest little whisk, Christmas tree ornament, almond flour, all-purpose flour, salt. The almond flour is there for flavor. Only a 1/4 cup of milk. We found that more milk, we did not like the texture of the cake. That's a little bit of almond extract and then vanilla. And now it's business as usual. 7 eggs, cup of sugar. We're gonna whisk that slowly for about a minute and then crank the speed. You really have to do this for 4 or 5 minutes because you really want a very light, ribbony texture. So that's providing a lot of the lift for the cake. Sugar and eggs, you're incorporating air. And by the way, you could not do this by hand. Yeah, that's starting to ribbon now. Add the flour in 3, the liquids in 2. Now you want to use low. You've already incorporated the air, another 1/3 of the flour. Now we're going to add the next 1/3 of the flour and the remaining milk. Instead of using the mixer, it's a good idea just to finish it by hand so you're not going to overbeat the mixture. Ungreased metal pan is going to give the cake something to hold on to as it rises. This goes into a 350 oven for 30-35 minutes. There's nothing precise about an oven. It's a box that gets hot. So thinking about it as maybe 5 levels, low, medium, high, and high. That's a better way to think about an oven. But this idea that 375 is different than 385 is just nonsense. So now we're going to steep some of the soaking liquid, evaporated milk and milk, with 2 cinnamon sticks and some grated nutmeg to infuse the flavor. I have no idea how to do this. Why is this not working? Here we go. Bring that to a simmer just to infuse the flavors. A lot of people died from milk. A guy called Borden actually was on a ship coming from England to the United States, and a few kids actually died during the voyage because of drinking bad milk. I think they actually had cows on the ship, oddly enough. Anyway, he was so upset by that he decided to come up with a method for evaporating milk and canning it. So if you can imagine, in a really hot climate, milk was a serious health hazard. Well, I'm old enough. I used to know Borden. We have milk in here. We have evaporated milk. This is cooled a bit. Now the Tres and Tres Leche is sweetened condensed milk. Let me get rid of the cinnamon sticks as well. White rum. So there's an eggnog of sorts from Mexico, which has obviously has rum in it, nutmeg, etc. And we're trying to imitate those flavors here. We turn it upside down, just like an angel food cake, so it doesn't collapse on itself. Now, lots of holes. So we're gonna put about half the liquid on now. Let that soak a little. I just had some people over and I was ready to serve dessert and they just got up and left. So you can make this up to a day ahead, at least 4 hours in the fridge covered, and then we'll come back and frost it, put on a top layer. When I do whipped cream, I always add something else to it. We're gonna add sour cream to this. You could add creme fraiche to this. You could add some mascarpone to it. It just gives it that additional flavor and a little bit of sugar. Just dolloping this on. You want the whipped cream to be soft peaks because you're going to want to be able to spread it easily on the cake. And a little cinnamon on top of that. I'm just going to look at it. So you're going to come over to my house. I'm going to put this in front of you. You're going to go, no thanks, I'm on a diet. I don't think so. I mean, the visuals are good. This cake needs a little kick from something like rum to give you a little, foundation to it. Otherwise, it's a little too airy and milky, but the rum is really nice with it. And so is the sour cream, both of those.